Hi everybody. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. Pippa wants to apologize. Just around the time this class starts is right when the very vicious mailman comes, and she is up in arms trying to protect me. Can you apologize? Say, I'm sorry. I'm going to be very quiet now. Yeah, you saw a mailman. I'm sorry, everybody. Shush, shush, shush. So, while we're waiting for a few more people to join, let me know where you are watching from. The wild, wonderful, weird ways of the internet, the World Wide Web, allows us to connect all over the place. I'm here in Denver, Colorado. It's very hot. I'm a little bit tired from this heat. Where are you watching from? Are any of you stuck at home with kids still, or barking dogs? How's life where you are? We will get started in just a moment. I don't think there's any props very much necessary today. You may want to grab some water. I have a blanket too, just in case. So just let me know where you're watching from, and we will get started in just a few. It looks like Pippa's. You gonna take your nap now? Yeah, I think she's settled down, hopefully. Hi, Maria. Hi, Joan. Thanks for being here from British Columbia and Connecticut. How awesome. I just had a family reunion over Zoom with some of my family members in Connecticut. Okay, well, I'm gonna move on back to my mat. Just crawl back. Welcome to my living room. My name is Elise Fabricant. I'm a teacher on Yoga Download. Hopefully you've seen some of my yoga classes online. I'm also a health and wellness coach. So I'd love to connect with you if you're needing any kind of support, stretch, or accountability during this pretty crazy time we've got going on with the pandemic and massive social change. I know this is a time when the nervous system can be really up, especially as we start to go into the world again, as some of the lockdown laws have eased up. And as we start to go into this world, which is new and somewhat uncharted, our nervous system can be really rattled. So I'm so glad you're here with me today. Today's class, we'll just be moving through the chakras. And as I say that, I mean not necessarily just the energetic areas in the body, but also the yoga poses, the asana, that correspond with each chakra. I don't have a whole lot planned. You're just going to be practicing along with me as I move intuitively for you today. We'll be moving for about maybe 35-40 minutes, and then we'll have some time of seated meditation afterwards. One of the main reasons to move the body in yoga asana is to prepare the mind, the system, the nervous system, the energetic body for seated meditation. That kind of stillness and settling in, again, is paramount to this crazy time we're in right now. So please join me for the entire class. If for some reason you gotta scoot out, make sure you give yourself a little time to rest first. And then if you enjoy this class, go ahead and check out my chakra series on Yoga Download. You can view each one individually or purchase them as a bundle. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start just in a comfortable seat. I'm going to roll up my blanket, put it underneath my bum, sitting up a little bit higher to allow my knees to relax. And then as we just allow the lower body to settle down, we'll start to root down, ground ourselves, connect with the earth. The first chakra, Muladhara chakra, is all about the earth and rooting down. This is called the root chakra. So let's take this time of grounding to come into the deep yogic breath. Breathing slowly in and out through the nose in a way that feels soothing and comfortable for you. I'd recommend putting a hand on your very lower belly here, tuning into the root chakra and feeling the belly rise and fall with the breath. Muladhara chakra, the place of security, stability, and home. Right at the base of the spine, this is the wheel, the chakra that glows red in color. So you can just imagine that as you lengthen and deepen your breath a little bit more. And then keep your awareness rooting and grounding. Bring your feet out a little bit so that you can start to give yourself a little foot massage. I like to press my thumbs into the arches of my feet. I also have pretty tense ankles, so I just pad my first finger and thumb around the backs of the heels, making little circles around the ankles. Muladhara chakra corresponds with the feet, grounding. So as we work with this chakra center, we will also be doing some standing poses. So you're going to get up pretty soon. All right, give your toes a few little pulls, maybe a little cracky knuckles. And then keeping your awareness really on this lower part of the body, let's come into child's pose. Draw your hips back towards your heels. Let the tops of the feet ground down. Oh, I think I forgot to turn on my speaker. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me better now. Let your forehead rest. Feel the base of the spine now in a slightly different relationship to gravity in the ground. And then feel your belly rise and fall, pressing against the thighs with each breath. Child's pose is one of my favorite poses in my yoga pose toolbox to use when everything feels really shaky, uncertain, or chaotic in my world or in the world. So maybe you can start to feel the calming of this pose as you close your eyes and just give up your weight to gravity. Let yourself be held by the earth. Take about 2 more breaths. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Let's lift up the hips a little bit. Bring the knees side by side, the toes side by side, and sit back onto the heels. So again, we're working the feet for the first chakra. And while you're here, let's make a mudra, a hand gesture. So first fingertips touch and thumb tips touch, creating a little bit of a triangle shape. We're going to place it way down towards the groin in that lower belly area. And then take about 3 breaths here into the feet, into the low belly. Imagining the color red swirling up in that lower chakra. And let's release from the feet. Place the hands out in front like you're coming into all fours, widen the knees. And then pay close attention to the feet as you roll right over them and press into downward facing dog. Let's bend one knee and then the other. So you'll start to feel into your hamstrings here, but I also want you to maintain your attention on your little feet. Notice how they articulate as they move, bringing the soles of the feet down as much as you can. And then go ahead And let's bring the right leg up into three-legged dog. And then step the right foot forward and through for lunge. In lunge, it's super important to make good contact between the feet and the floor. So really press through the entire right foot and the ball of the left foot. And then come up, hands to hips. Good. From here, we're going to launch forward on the right foot and come into a balancing pose. The first chakra governs balancing poses too. So bringing the weight into the right foot, left knee high. Woo. Good. Use your gaze point, your drishti, and really anchor down through the standing foot, the right foot. Then we will bring the left leg back, clasp the hand around the foot, and just a modified dancer's pose. Take your right arm up, drop your left knee heavy, tuck the tailbone down, and then start to hinge at the hips. So I've got a bookshelf in my way, but hopefully you can come on down, releasing right hand to the ground, extend your left leg back, standing splits. Make an L between the legs, right degree angle. Push through both feet, right foot into the ground, left foot into the air. And then step way back into lunge. Three-legged dog once again, right leg high. Right foot comes down. Child's pose, drop it back and down. Hips heavy back towards the heels. Forehead on the earth. You stay here for just a few breaths. I'm gonna run and grab my clock that I forgot. All right, let's do that same sequence on the other side. So pressing up to downward facing dog. With the next inhalation, float your left leg up. Exhale all the air as you step forward into lunge. Press firmly through the feet. Rise with the upper body, hands to hips. Now we're testing the balance. So use your gaze, have trust in that left foot, and then launch forward, lifting the right knee high. Just for fun, clasp the hand to the right foot, left arm up. Hinge at the hips, woo, bookshelf in the way, small house. I'm gonna hop back a little bit. Here we are, hinging down, and then finally, left hand touches down, right hand touches down. Extend your right leg back, standing splits. Push both feet back, flexing strongly through the right ankle. You could fold forward over that leg if you choose. And then bend the left knee, step way back, lunge. And three-legged dog, left leg high. Release the foot to the ground. And then, let's see, looking forward, let's step, hop, or jump. The feet wide to the outside edges of the mat. And then come into squat pose, Malasana. Palms to the heart, lift up the heart and drop your tailbone. Sense into that red, swirling nature of Muladhara chakra. And now we'll start to move up the chakras into the second chakra, Svadhisthana. This is the lower belly. This is the chakra that governs the hips. So maybe you start to sense into your hips as you move your body a little side to side. Yeah, good. And then hands come down, heel toe the feet side by side. Sorry, parallel. They can still have some width there for your hips. Fold forward. Take your hands around your elbows and release your head. Give it a little shake out. Lengthen your back body. Maybe take your upper body a little bit side to side. Grounding through the feet. Feel that stretch through the backs of the legs. And then slowly roll up through the spine. We'll come to standing again, this time for a balancing hip opener. So starting to integrate first chakra and second chakra together, they build upon each other. We'll pour the weight into the left leg, bring right knee up just like you had it before. Then, keeping the foot very flexed, cross it over the left thigh. Bring your palms to prayer. And with as much steadiness and ease, go ahead and bend down through the left knee. Lift up through the heart. Drop your right knee heavy and start to breathe into the opening of the right hip. To release, simply start to straighten left leg, place right foot down, find even standing between the feet, and we'll try the other side. Bring the left knee up first, flex the foot, bend down deeply over the right, lift up through the heart. Hopefully you're feeling a deep, tuggy, achy sensation through the outer left hip. Send your breath there. You're opening up the second chakra. This is glowing orange. This is the place of sensuality and creativity. To release, straighten right leg. Plant left foot down and stand still. Good. Inhale the arms up. And with the exhalation, we'll fold forward once again. Grounding through the feet, allow the upper body to relax and your whole posterior chain, your back body to stretch. Then heel toe the feet wide once again. Into squat. You've been here before, maybe it feels a little easier this time. And I like to take it side to side. That second chakra, Svadhisthana, helps us learn what we want to create in this world. Helps us find our sensual selves that's beyond the place of stability, security, survival. It's the next level. From here, drop your butt down to the ground. And then let's come into another hip opener by flexing left foot, placing it over right thigh. So this is just like what we did in standing, right? But with a different relationship to the ground, of course. Now you can make this a little bit more intense since this is your second outer hip opener. To make it more intense, cinch up the space between your hips and your right foot. Now keep your chest lifted. Push your left knee away from you. Ooh, breathe. Make sure you're not taking the tension into your jaw. And again, I like to take it a little side to side here. They say the motion is the lotion to heal the emotion. So cheesy, but so true. Moving the stuff through the body. Good job, you guys. Let's switch it out. I need to make myself a little more room. Release, cross, and set it up other side. Smooth, calming breaths. Coming back to your place of center. Yoga is so good at helping us come to that equanimity, the calm within the storm. Now, as I said before, the chakras build upon each other. So we need the safety and the security in place in our life before we can have the sensuality and the creativity. We also need that creativity before we know what we want to really leave behind as our legacy, our will, our individuality, and that's the third chakra. Let's release this. The third chakra, Manipura, is in the belly, and it really governs twists. So let's start a gentle twist by bringing the left knee forward, the right leg back. So that means the sole of the left foot kind of hits onto the top of the right thigh. Then right hand crossing over towards the left knee, and then start to twist back, low back, mid back, upper back, and a little bit through the chin. And then we'll start to open up into a side body stretch by lifting the left arm up and over into an arc. So I feel this a lot in my lower left side back, and then all the way through my armpit. Keep lifting the chest, keep rotating the spine, and then let your upper body reach and lengthen. Good work, release. Take it to the other side. So I'm spilling onto my right hip. Right knee comes forward. Left foot back. Rotate, left hand around right knee. Let's stay here for now, just starting to rotate through the spine. That third chakra is the place, the fire in the belly where we digest our experience and create something out of it. It's our willpower, it's our legacy, it's our individuality. Side bend from here, right arm up and over. Anchor really heavy through that right hip to create even more length, space, and breadth through the right side body. Good. Release. Unwind. Let's take downward facing dog. This time in down dog, let's shorten the stance so either the feet can come forward or the hands can come back about 4 or 6 inches. We're going to take a twist from here. So go ahead and grab your right ankle or shin with your left hand. You're crossing around the shin so that you can get a really firm grip on it and start to pull. As you pull, you can actually guide your upper body underneath the right armpit. Send a deep breath underneath the left shoulder blade. Can you feel that? And then release and switch. Push left hand firmly into the ground. Take a nice grip around the left shin with the right hand. And then pull yourself up and under the left armpit. Big breath into the lower belly. Big breath into the power center. And then release. Nice job. Lengthen your downward dog once again. And then here we go again. Inhale, right leg high. This time bend the knee and lift your knee high, opening up through the hips, second chakra. Ground through the foot, first chakra. Open the hips, second chakra, and then sweep the foot forward and through for lunge. Good. Inhale the arms up. We're going to take an open twist for a third chakra. Right arm back and left arm forward. Nice job. Now just moving a little bit into the fourth chakra, the heart opening. Let's take the arms up and then take a little bit of a back bend as you lean back and press the palms together. Release hands to the earth. Downward facing dog. So we snuck in a little bit of that heart chakra, Anahata Asana. Ground through the right foot, lift your left leg high, bend the knee and open the hip. Big breath here, like your whole hip girdle is yawning open. And then sweep the foot forward and through. High lunge, Anjaneyasana. Take your twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale the arms up, baby back bend here. Hands down, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 grounding breaths. Feel free to drop into child's pose if you need. I'm going to actually take a little sip of water. And then everyone meet me in all fours. So when we start to move the spine, it's really a symbol of all 7 chakras. But I think this is an appropriate time to start to come into some flexion and extension of the spine as we move up from 3 to 4th chakra. Inhale, cow pose, lift your hips, lift your heart. Exhale, cat pose, round. Inhale, feel your tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhale. Oh my goodness, push the floor away from you and make a giant cat. Let's do a couple more like that. And I'm going to take it a little side to side. You can join me with some C curves. You can do whatever feels good in your spine right here. Don't forget the neck. And then let's dive the right arm underneath the left. So we're going to come into a twist here in a sort of adopted child's pose. The shoulder can stay on the ground, and now I'm guiding some weight over to the right side. Again, digging underneath that right shoulder blade area. This is prepping us for our back bends. And then we'll come up, slide the left arm underneath the right, hips stay high. And come on up. Good. From here, downward facing dog. Now, as we start to move into Anahata chakra, the heart opening chakra, which governs back bends, let's bend both knees quite generously, taking the legs out of the equation here. And just for the purposes of right now, make more of a bend through your upper back and press your chest towards your knees. Beautiful. Come on back to regular downward facing dog. With your next inhalation, shift your weight forward into plank pose. Notice the belly turn on in plank, the 3rd chakra again. From that belly place, pull it back, downward dog. Bend the knees, press your chest back. One more time, plank pose. Fire up the core. And then lower all the way down to the ground. I'm going to drop my knees. We'll try some belly down back bends here. Starting with Cobra Bhujangasana, squeeze your elbows behind you. Find your even breath. With your next inhalation, lift up, push all 10 toe tips down, and then lift up with the strength of your upper back muscles. Roll the shoulders down the back. Turn your lips up into a little smile. And then slowly lower down. Ooh, we'll keep going with those back bends. Remember that it doesn't matter how high you get up. What's more important is that you create an even arc through the spine. Let's come into locust pose now. Interlace the hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders back. Lifting up through just the upper body first. Maybe the fist will lift away from your butt. Roll the shoulders back, broaden through the chest. One more breath here. And then start to lift up through the legs as well. Again, it doesn't matter how high you go. What's more important is that you're lifting from the heart rather than crunching the low back. One more time up. And then slowly lower down. All right, go ahead and grab onto your feet. And then I'm just going to take a baby bow pose here, just lifting up the knees about 3 inches, kick back into the hands, and let the bow pose grow slowly with breath. Create a nice even arc through the spine. imagine that green Anahata chakra glowing in your heart, that place of compassion and love. So important right now. Slowly release, come down, place the hands, and press back into child's pose. Thank you again for being with me today. In child's, let the heart melt. The Anahata chakra just surrenders to the earth. Nice job. Hands come forward in preparation for Adho Mukha, downward dog. Press the hips up and back. With the next inhalation, look forward, lightly hop or step, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Little baby back bend here as you roll the shoulders back. Keep the chest broad as you exhale and forward fold. Press through the feet, first chakra, and rise to stand. Little baby back bend here as well. Let's take it side to side. I know I'm cut off there, but I'm just doing some half moon side stretches there. Good. Both arms up, bend the knees, bend the elbows for a big heart opening pose. Press your elbows a little bit further forward than your shoulders. Opening up through the front body, look high, and then stand. Interlace hands behind your back, create that chest opening, and from there, forward fold. Let the hands drop forward and down, opening through the chest, expanding that heart center. Release the hands. Step back, downward dog. Now as we move from the fourth chakra, Anahata, to the fifth, Vishuddha chakra, we're going to move from the place of heart to the place of speech, communication. This is the throat chakra, so let's just start to shake out the head here, getting some movement in the neck. And since this is the place of communication, you may want to take some audible exhalations, or even like a lion's breath. Hopefully you feel comfortable doing that in the privacy of your own home. Let it out. And then go ahead and drop to your knees. And let's take a seat. Oh. Again, I'm going to put the blanket underneath my butt. And we'll do a little work with the hands, shoulders, and neck. The Anahata chakra, this green heart center, is said to extend through the arms and into the palms of the hands. Something I love to think about when I practice massage. So let's do a little bit of work with the hands. First, go ahead and rub them. In this hot day today here in Denver, it doesn't take much to get heat in the palms of the hands. And then I'm going to turn one palm forward. This is my left. With my right hand, I'm pulling my left fingers back. As you stretch the wrists, make sure the shoulders stay soft. Brighten through the heart. And then switch sides. Opening up the heart chakras right there in the palms of your hands. Good, and then just shake them out. Then bring the fingertips to your shoulders, and we're going to make big circles with the elbows. So forward and up, back and down. Maybe, depending on the range of motion of your shoulders, you can even get your elbows to touch in front. Yeah, nice. And then just to continue with those twists, we'll take the hands to the shoulders again and just do a little back and forth motion. This time the twist actually really involves the neck as well, so let your head fly side to side. If you're like me, you might hear a little crunchy action in the neck. And come on back. Now let's really work the neck. So as we do, keep the rest of the spine nice and long. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Take the right hand on top of the head and give it a little bit of extra. And then the left arm can reach out to the side, reaching through the fingertips. I like to drop my chin ever so slightly. It's just a different line of stretch there. Now we're starting to work a Vishuddha chakra, which is a bright turquoise green, like an amethyst. No, amethyst is purple. Sapphire. I don't know. It's blue. It's turquoise and blue. Maybe it's a sapphire. We're doing the other side now. Left ear to left shoulder. Left hand on the head. Reach through the right arm. Drop the chin a little bit. Thank you guys for bearing with me today. It's actually been 2 weeks since I've taught. I'm feeling a little rusty. Nothing that can't be helped by working this 5th chakra. So come on up and then keep your chest really high and bright. Drop chin to the chest. Take the hands around the back of the head. Stretch the back of the neck. Release the hands, lift up through the chin. Do a little underbite, so drawing that bottom jaw forward to stretch the throat. Good, let the head come back to center. Take your hands around your ears, give them a nice little pull, and then you can just move your jaw a little side to side, open your mouth wide, stick out your tongue, yawn a few times. So this is the place of expression. It's also the place of listening. Communication goes both ways. And I know in the heightened social, politically active time we're in right now, it's as important to listen as it is to express and yell, right? To speak what's really important from the heart, but also to listen with compassion to others. Now we worked the feet, the legs, we worked balance, we worked the hips, we worked the twists, we did some back bends, shoulder work, neck work. Now as we move into the 6th and the 7th chakras, they become much more esoteric and less connected with the physical body. One way that we can start to stimulate the Ajna chakra, that third eye area, is by practicing headstands. I'm not going to lead you through a headstand per se today because I think it's quite dangerous to do by yourself at home, but we are going to get into just the beginning, the prep for headstand. So go ahead and join me again in all fours. When we practice headstands, we want the weight to be right on the hairline. So that's what we're going to practice, just massaging this place where the hair comes to the forehead. So go ahead and lift up your hips, come onto your knees, bend your elbows, and place your head on the ground just there, right at hairline. Then you can reach around and kind of cup your head with your hands. It's not so important today because we're not going to actually put all of our weight into our heads. We're just getting familiar with what that feels like to bring the head down. And to massage that place, it's not really Ajna chakra because that's right between the eyebrows. That's the place you massage when you're in child's pose. But it's sort of a bridge between the 6th and 7th chakras. The 7th chakra being the very top of the head. So just give yourself some time here. If you'd like, you could press into your elbows a little bit more and notice how that feels as the shoulders lift away from the earth, taking some weight out of your head. And of course, whenever we can get back into the studio and have somebody watching and spotting you, it's a wonderful practice to get acquainted with headstand to learn how to massage the top of the head to stimulate the 6th and 7th chakras in this way. Let's just take a couple more breaths right here. And then very slowly, slow motion start to come out of this. It's pretty common to get a little head rush. Take your time. And then come back into a seat. As I mentioned in the beginning of our session, we're going to end with some seated meditation. Before we do that, I'd love to just go through a series of mudras, hand gestures, that correspond with each chakra. So the first one you already did. We're going to bring the tips of the first fingers and the thumb together in a little triangle shape and place it way down towards the groin, lower belly. This is for Muladhara chakra. You can close your eyes and just sense into this chakra, sense into the energy of the mudra, feeling that rooted groundedness, that safety, security, and stability. And then we will slide the hands around. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but my right palm is coming under my left. Both palms are facing up, right hand underneath the left, and then thumb tips touch. And I'm going to hover the palms, hover the hands, just about an inch away from my body, right below my navel, right below the belly button. This is for the second chakra. In the bowl of the pelvis, Svadhisthana, orange, creativity, water, sensuality. Feel into it. Next, we'll move into the third chakra. So interlace your fingers together. Release the pointer fingers like a little steeple. Place your hands close up to your belly, just underneath the lower ribs. So it's the upper belly. And then the fingers are pointing straight out. Manipura chakra, yellow, will, energy, fire, transformation, legacy. Moving to the heart chakra now, place your right palm directly on your heart center, palm down. The left hand can cross on top of the right so that the thumb pads touch. To me, it almost looks like you're making a little dove or bird out of your hands here, in that place of love and compassion and peace. Anahata, glowing green. Vishuddha chakra, we will keep the right hand pressed on the heart center, and then the left hand comes up, elbow out, palm up, fingers out. So to me, this mudra represents the giving and receiving. Vishuddha is the place of expression, which is also the place of listening. So giving and receiving in communication. You can concentrate on your throat and imagine it glowing blue. Vishuddha chakra. And then Ajna chakra. Let's bring the hands together in prayer pose And place the thumb tips right in that third eye area, Ajna chakra. This is the purple. This is the intuition, the place of higher wisdom. You might roll your eyeballs up into their sockets. Tune into your highest self. And finally, Sahasrara chakra. I didn't even mention this one before. Sahasrara is like right above the top of the head. So let's just bring our arms all the way up as if we're connecting from the top of our head up towards the universe, towards that which is greater. So we moved from base, stability, survival, through creativity, legacy, willpower, passion, love, expression, intuition, higher self, and now connection to that which is greater. And then you can press your palms together and slowly draw your hands down the line of energy centers all the way back down into your lap. And we'll spend the last 2 minutes here in seated meditation. You're also welcome to lie down on the ground in a more formal Shavasana. Of course, you can stay here for as long as you'd like. Taking this time to move energy through the body, the energetic body and the physical body. And then taking this time for stillness. This is how you can cultivate equanimity and resilience in the midst of chaos and uncertainty. Thank you all so much for joining me. Please check out any of my classes on Yoga Download. That always helps me financially. And if you want to make a donation for today's class, there should be a Donate Now button or a link on your page. Yoga Download is so generous in giving me all of the money that comes in that way, and it makes a huge difference for me. I am always so honored to be able to teach yoga, even when it's a little shaky or an alternative. It's such incredible privilege and honor to be here with you today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you all for being here. Bye.